It has been just over a week since the deadly bombings in Sri Lanka, and the country is still on high alert over fears more attacks could occur in the coming days. The Sri Lankan tourism industry is among many bracing for tough times as a result of those bombings. Our John Defterios is in Dubai attending a travel and tourism trade show and spoke to a top Sri Lanka tourism official about the situation. John joins us now. So, John, what all did that Sri Lankan official tell you about concerns relating to tourism in the wake of these attacks?
Well, you know, it's a delicate balance, Rosemary. This is a fixture on the calendar every year, so Sri Lanka had to be here one way or the other. They find themselves in the spotlight they don't want to be in right now, answering why there were so many security lapses. This is a huge show, by the way, 40,000 participants from 83 countries. So the message from Sri Lanka is, look, we did nearly 50 arrests over the weekend, so we're on the ball here. They have to convince locals that the security apparatus will be ready, but also to the international market. They were expecting a record 3 million visitors in 2019. The official target was 2.5, but they had so much demand after the holiday season at the end of 2018 and at the start of this year, the number was raised. Now it's a game about rebuilding. So here's the chairman of the Tourism Development Authority about the shock he faced immediately and now trying to get the security right.
It was so devastating, and I was shocked, and I didn't know for a moment how to respond to it. But surely, having understood the situation, we then acted on it, as to what our obligations are, what our accountabilities are in terms of helping these hotels. Met with the senior management of the hotels, and we almost immediately offered assistance in many different areas. And having said that, we then started visiting all the hospitals. We personally visited, all the injured people, and we talked to them and made sure that they were comfortable and they were receiving the right treatments, at these government and private hospitals.
Your international destination has been put on the map by leading publications, and you fought a civil war that lasted 30 years. In your wildest mind, did you ever think your sector would be under such severe attack from an incident like this?
To be very honest, no. Not at all. I mean, things were very, very peaceful. The perception was that Sri Lanka was the safest country in the world. That's the kind of perception we had. So probably, that's where our country went wrong. Mind you, having said that, we battled with the most ruthless terrorist organization in the world for 30 long years. And Sri Lanka had the military power to be able to deal with it effectively. So our military has the capability, they have the knowledge, they have the experience to be able to control this element. Of course, the difference is that, this is global terrorism and that was local terrorism. Local terrorism was bad enough. But with that experience, I'm more than confident that, they will control the situation sooner than later.
Final point, never let your guard down. Just the message to the security people, even the government, that just didn't take the threats with a sense of urgency. Is that the #1 lesson you've learned out of this?
It is. You said it clearly. You can't take things for granted. Safest country today can be the most vulnerable country tomorrow. This is global terrorism, and we were the target this time. It can be some other country, someday. Surely, we need to stand together and fight against global terrorism.
Kishu Gomes, once again, the chairman of the Tourism Development Authority, Rosemary. He was a 100-meter high hurdle champion in Sri Lanka. This is a very steep hurdle for the country. He admits it right now. He said now that occupancy rates are just at 25% in Colombo, about half the rate they should be. And in the hill stations and the tea plantation resorts, only about 33%. So it's been a shock, not as bad as many are reporting from the capital of Colombo right now. He did suggest that either at the end of this week or early next week, they're going to have a major press conference with the military to announce the new apparatus, the gains or the moves they've made against the international terrorism and the infiltration into the locals as well. So they hope that will be the turning point, but they had to come to Dubai, the Arabian travel market, to suggest we're knocked down forever. We can get back up.
Yeah, indeed. John Defterios joining us there from Dubai. Many thanks.